Howdy, folks. I'm Wowed Arctic Wolf, wondrously watching weird wanderers.
I'm Amber, and maybe I'm a weird wanderer. I feel like it.
Amber's wandered into the wrong feed. This was Amber's idea, by the way. Let's get started. All right, folks, and our first letter is titled, Am I a Jerk for Telling My Daughter Why Her Sibling Gets More Attention from Boys Than Her? I have 3 kids, Sarah, a 17-year-old female, Kendall, a 16-year-old female, and Michael, a 14-year-old male. Sarah is very popular in school and gets straight A's, and is on the cheerleader team. She also is a very girly girl and into makeup, nails, and clothes, etc. She is a sweet kid who is very extroverted and everyone likes. Michael is very similar and he plays football and basketball. He was also class president. Kendall is a sweet girl too, but she's very different from her siblings. She's more artsy and is into anime and wears all black clothing pretty exclusively. I thought that it was just a phase, but it's who she is. She's pretty much a loner and in no extracurricular activities like her siblings. She stays at home and draws a lot. She has a close-knit group of friends, mostly guys who seem decent. Sarah gets a lot of attention from boys, too much if you ask me. I'm kidding. But are you? She is not really interested in dating, but a lot of guys have asked her out, or they are quick to help with stuff like carrying things for her to class, etc. Kendall has a nice guy friend named Brian, a 16-year-old male, who admitted to Kendall that he has a crush on Sarah if she can pass that along to her. Kendall confided it in me that she was pretty hurt by this and why all of the guys like Sarah and not her. I was honest and I told her that Sarah is more outgoing and she is quick to make friends. Sarah also wears makeup, grows her hair long, and wears more than one color. Kendall mentioned to me that she shouldn't have to do all those kinds of things to get a guy to like her. I said personality matters as well as your appearance to the world, and if she wants, she can get a makeover. She did not take that too well and said that even her own mother doesn't understand her and stormed out of the room. All right, folks, what do you think?
Yeah, OP, I do not think you handled this well at all. It sounds like Kendall came to you looking for a reassurance and wanting to vent, and you confirm kind of her worst fears by saying, oh yeah, you just need to be someone you're not, and then the guys will like her. The fact of the matter is that there are all types of people out there. Sure, the one daughter who's conventionally attractive and does all the cheerleader stuff and is very extroverted may have more guys coming after her, but they're not necessarily the right guys for Kendall. And you could easily have explained to her that, there are lots of different people out there or any number of things, but telling her, well, if you just had a makeover, if you just were more like your sister, then you'd have more guys. That's not helpful or kind.
Well, yeah, but I mean, certainly, like, the mother has a point to some degree, but I think she phrased it in a very, very poor way, right? Like, for instance, with the way Kendall dresses, it may be make her either intimidating or make her seem like she's not a person who people can really talk to, because like some people might be intimidated by the all black and those kinds of things, right?
Good, scare them off. You'll only get the right ones that way.
Well, and that's not, I'm not saying that she's wrong for her fashion or her statements or whatnot, but I mean, like, there's a lot of things that go into people who feel whether it's comfortable or not to approach someone, if someone is approachable or whatnot. And it may just be that the way she kind of portrays herself isn't as approachable as maybe her sister and whatnot. And that's not to say that she's wrong for that personality, but people, have different likes and wants and stuff like that. And I think that might go hand in hand with some of that.
I mean, I think that, like, it sounds like Kendall was just in need of support and venting.
Agreed.
And I don't think what her mother said, like, was kind or helpful.
No.
And I think, again, it's really not a matter of numbers. Like, it's one thing to have guys falling all over you, but, like, if they're not the right guy, it doesn't matter.
Well, and that's a really good point, right? I mean, just because she's getting a lot of attention doesn't necessarily mean that it's the right attention or it's attention that she even wants, right?
And the right person will like you as you are, and so I think that Kendall is right that she shouldn't have to change who she is to get a guy. And I think the mom's idea is even manipulative.
Yes.
To like present yourself as like this perfect girly girl so you can land a man. Like, you either, one, end up living that for the rest of your life and never get to be yourself, or you eventually let your true self show out, and then the person you're with, it feels like they were conned.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think that it's important to kind of question your style and your appearance to the outside world to some degree, and reflect if that's the kind of signals you want to be sending, right? To some degree. And I'm not. What's that?
I love that we're having this conversation while I'm wearing an orange scarf and or orange romper with a green scarf and flamingo earrings.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that, like, I'm not saying that her style is wrong, right? And I think that the mom is way off base here by saying these kinds of things. And then even the insensitivity of her, you can get a makeover if you want, right? She's fine the way she is, right?
Hmm.
And so I'm not saying that she isn't. I'm just saying that there are certainly like some level of like approachability, like there might be some level of intimidation, and it's always good to reflect on what you might be sending out to the world if you're unhappy with your situation, right? So clearly she's unhappy to some degree, but um, like you said, the right guy will come along and be right for her too, right?
And my other issue with this post is like I get the vibe from this that the mom is upset that Kendall isn't like the other siblings. The way she portrays them comparatively, and it's like, oh, we can. It's so quick to be like, we can give you a makeover. It just
Yeah.
really like I want OP to reflect on how she treats Kendall in general and how she thinks
Yes.
about her, and to recognize that Kendall is valuable as she is. You don't have to be a cheerleader and you don't have to have long hair, and you don't have to wear pink clothes or whatever to be a good and worthwhile person.
Hmm. Well, and I think that's really important, right? And art and drawing and anime and stuff like that, those are all things that there are people who are interested in those kinds of things. And, if she has those kinds of hobbies, then it might be maybe the mom can encourage her to go and say join like the anime club at school or something like that if they have one, because that might be a place where she can find other people who share similar hobbies to her, right? And it's always hard because like as a teenager, there's like a lot of teenage angst, and there's a lot of like insecurity and all these kinds of things. And the mom isn't helping in any of those departments, right? But it's just one of these things where when you're that young, it's time if you're trying to learn who you are and discover who you are, right? And there isn't anything wrong with experimenting. And I'm hoping that's what the mom was trying to shoot for, but I don't think she approached this right at all. But let me know what you folks think. So anyhow, take care and good luck. All right, folks, and our next letter is titled, Today I Messed Up by Accidentally Convincing My Roommate That We're Getting Married, and Amber wants to read this one.
All right, so a little backstory for context. I moved in with my roommate about a year ago because the rent in this city is ridiculous. And finding a decent roommate was like winning the Hunger Games. We clicked super fast, same sense of humor, same obsession with Thai takeout, and somehow we never fight about cleaning. A miracle, honestly. Last night we were chilling on the couch watching this cringe rom-com, one of those friends to lovers plots where everyone knows they're gonna end up together except them. I was feeling extra goofy and blurted out, "Yo, we should just get married. Like, why are we wasting time?" He laughed, so I thought it was just a vibe, like platonic banter. Fast forward to this morning, I'm half asleep in my hoodie, face deep in my coffee, and he walks in with the most serious expression, holding a bread twist tie. My guy had turned it into a ring. He goes, "So, were you serious last night?" I nearly choked on my coffee. Like, "Sir, what? I thought we were joking." My brain just blue screened while he stood there all hopeful. I panicked, laughed it off, and mumbled something about needing a real diamond if we're really gonna do this right. Now, I'm low-key avoiding him because I don't know if he's embarrassed, mad, or planning our wedding. It's awkward AF.
Yeah, I mean, this one's an interesting one, right? I mean, this is a kind of a funny story in
Mhm.
the respect that I think that, like, I don't know if he was serious. I don't think he was serious, right? I think this was more like a joke type of thing. What do you feel about his motivations?
I mean, I don't know. It could be a joke. It could be testing the waters. It's like a very, if he was trying to test the waters, it's like a very low key way. So, because you can easily be like, "Oh, yeah, no, I mean, it's a bread twist try." Obviously, I was continuing a joke.
Yeah.
So I don't know his motives. I want an update on this in like 10 years when they jokingly get married and, jokingly adopted three cats or something.
Well, also, I think like she didn't say no, right? She didn't actually say no that she wouldn't marry him. She said, "I will need a diamond ring first," right? So she didn't really
Let him down.
rebuff him at this point in time. So if she ends up getting a diamond ring out of this, then I mean, maybe maybe it was meant to be, right?
I mean, he's gotta keep the gag going, get her a diamond.
Yeah. Well, you said you wanted a diamond. It's just a joke, right?
Well, I mean, if we're gonna do this right, I'm gonna need like, a wedding dress and
I mean, I think it's kind of sweet that these two people are kind of clicking and good friends and whatnot. Whether or not their platonic relationship devolves into something, well, it could go either way,
Yeah.
right? I mean, it could turn into something good. It could turn into something bad. I mean, things don't always work out the way the movies depict them, right?
Yeah, I mean, romance isn't how every relationship should end. And so whatever happens with them, I hope them the best.
Yeah. So let me know what you folks think. Anyhow, take care and good luck. All right, folks, and our next letter is titled, I'm a 26-year-old female and my boyfriend, a 30-year-old male, got me a Pokemon card collection for Christmas and I can't let it go. Do I call quits or work it out? For some context, my boyfriend and I have been together for 3 years. Since I've known him, he has always loved Pokemon. Personally, I have no interest, but as his partner, I encourage his hobbies and I support him. This past Christmas, we had a few brief conversations about Christmas budgets and have mentioned to each other things that we have been wanting. I knew Pokemon packs were on the top of his list, so I made sure to get him some. I mentioned wanting a few beauty products and a specific hoodie. Well, Christmas comes around, and to my surprise, I opened my gifts. The first one was a pack of Pokemon cards. Okay, whatever. The next one was a booster box of Pokemon cards. I stop and I ask him if he's joking, because this must be a joke, right? Well, he smirks and tells me to keep going. I open my next gift, and it was another booster box of Pokemon cards. He was full of excitement while I opened my gifts. That's it. Those were my 3 gifts. I am not and never have been interested in Pokemon. After this, I told him that I needed a moment to myself. I went out to our bedroom and I took a moment to gather my thoughts and lower my temper. When I came back to the living room, there he was on the floor. Both booster packs and the pack of cards he got me were open and sprawled across the floor. I was in shock. Not only did he get me gifts that I didn't want, but he actually got them for himself and then tried to play it off. I have been trying to move past this as I did not want to seem ungrateful, but I just can't believe that he would do something like this. Every time I have tried to bring it up, he told me how expensive those booster boxes were and how I made him feel bad for not appreciating my gifts. Am I being ungrateful or is he being a jerk? All right, folks, what do you think?
No, not the jerk. Now, look, I am a huge Pokemon fan. I would be happy to get booster packs of Pokemon cards for Christmas. And this Loki gave me some ideas for Brian's Christmas present for next year.
Are you going to get me booster packs for Christmas?
No, because you would actually like double down and like keep them. You wouldn't hand them back.
No, I would double down.
So this is very clearly a gift for himself. And the fact that he tried to pass it off as a gift for you is really not cool. And I think it's time to examine the relationship. Are there other places where he's selfish? Does he actually get you gifts you want? Does he actually seem invested in you, or, just what you do for him?
I think this is a challenging situation for OP because, of course, they wanted to gather their thoughts, right? And they left the room to gather their thoughts, but then he was insensitive enough to go ahead and open the cards and stuff like that. She could have sold them,
Yeah.
right? She could have taken those cards and then actually sold them or any number of things, but now they're part of his collection.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is like, there's not even pretense anymore.
Yeah.
He made it very clear when he opened them up when she left the room that this was a gift for him.
Yeah. So I think that he is really showing his true colors here. I don't think that OP is in the wrong at all. This isn't normal. And like generally, if you get a gift that you don't like, then you can give the opportunity for the person to return them, right? And he could have returned them, or even added them to his collection and given OP something else at that point in time.
Right, like, oh, I'll buy them off of you or something, And I think just the way he handled it was really gross. And again, it's very clear that he meant this for himself.
Yeah.
He had no intention of getting OP a gift whatsoever.
Yeah. But let me know what you folks think. So anyhow, take care and good luck. All right, folks, and our next letter is titled, Girlfriend said no when I proposed, but won't give the ring back. I made this account to post, and I hope that it's okay to post here because it was removed from Am I the Jerk? We've been together for 4 years, and I planned a proposal for my girlfriend and really tried to make it special for her. I spent a lot of money on flowers and a reservation at a Michelin star restaurant. I had the whole day planned out, and I let her pick out an expensive dress to wear for the occasion. She just thought that we were eating somewhere fancy. I secretly spoke to her friends so that I could buy the perfect ring for her. It cost me over $5,000 and it's personalized with our initials. When I talked about weddings and such, she said that the ring and dress were the most important things to her, so I didn't feel bad spending so much. I love her and she is worth it to me. So we went out to eat in her dress that I got her, with a bouquet that I got her, and the ring that I had in my pocket. I was so nervous and she talked a lot, so I didn't know when the right time was to ask. We ate and I paid the bill, and on the way out, I got down on one knee. I put the ring on her finger. She seemed happy about it. She was giggling and covering her mouth and saying, oh my goodness. But when I asked, she said that she's not ready yet. I was so embarrassed. I could feel people staring, so I just got up and I went out the door. I took her home without saying too much because I was about to cry. I said goodbye to her, and then she said she hopes that I'm not mad. I didn't say anything. I just went home. She texted me saying goodnight and to get home safe, and I didn't answer her calls until the next day. The only thing that I said that I was going to need the ring back. She asked why, and I said because she said no, obviously. If we're not engaged, then why does she need an engagement ring? She said that it's a gift and that one day she'll be ready, so she might as well keep it until then. I said that if she is ever ready, then I'll propose again. Then she just stopped replying to me every time I mentioned it. We would say, hey, and then how's it going? And then I would ask for the ring and she would stop replying. This screenshot is the most that she would talk about it since the phone call. Now, she is the one not answering my calls. I'm thinking about maybe calling the cops and breaking up with her over this, but maybe I'm overreacting and it's normal for someone not ready to keep it. I don't know, and I've never done this before, so I don't know if I actually call the cops, but I don't know what to do. This screenshot shows how she won't reply, and we'll look at that screenshot in a second. It was an hour ago. She's 22 and I'm 21, by the way. English isn't my first language, so I apologize for the typos. This is in Brazil. I'm autistic, if that matters. So she's not. Edit 1. So many people have been asking why the texts are in English. I'm Brazilian and I speak Portuguese. When we met, it was online and gaming, and she was living in Argentina. Her native language is Spanish. She already had been planning on moving here, so it's not like she moved for me, but she did move here during our relationship and not before. She came here with a friend from Argentina, and they received government housing as migrants. We talked about living together before, but she has a cat and I'm allergic, so this has been working for us for now. Edit 2, the screenshot, the U's are in bold on her message because she sent it with a message effect that made the letters move. Edit 3, I know I messed up by publicly proposing and by giving her the ring before hearing the answer, but I wholly believed that she was going to agree, and now lesson learned. And here's the text block. So she says, hello, are you going to talk to me? I miss you. And OP replies, I don't know what you want me to say. I'm hurt and embarrassed. I don't even know if we're still together anymore. Do you still want to be together? She says. I don't know. I need the ring back first and all. It's not fair to me that you left with it and wouldn't reply to any of my texts asking for it back. All right, folks, what do you think of this?
Yeah, I don't think Opie's in the wrong. I mean, I feel like if you take the ring, that's a sign that you are agreeing to the engagement. Now, sometimes people feel pressured into it, but usually they then give the ring back.
Yeah.
And so I think probably the best course of action is to call the police, get the ring back, and break up with her.
Yeah. Engagement rings are a special type of gift. There is the pretense that if you do not accept, it's more of a contract and less of a gift, right? I mean, the pretense is if you accept the engagement ring, then you are agreeing to the engagement, right? So it's that's the way it goes. So if she doesn't want to accept the engagement, if she doesn't want to get married, then she needs to return the engagement ring.
And like, I'm concerned that she's just going to take this and sell it or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, that seems like a legitimate question, right? I mean, what happens if she's playing the long con for him, right? And that she's actually not interested in a relationship and she's just using him for money or something like that, right? Because it
Right.
seems like OP has quite a bit of money if they're
Right.
able to drop a lot of money on a new dress, a $5,000 ring.
Yeah. So, if she's not willing to even have a conversation around the ring, it seems like she's more interested in the ring than in OP or the relationship.
Yeah. And I think that she's just trying to push so that OP kind of forgets about
Yeah.
this and doesn't want to pressure her for it anymore. I think that it would be wise for OP to, sit down and talk with her, try to figure out if she has some other motivations, and then make sure that she either gives the ring back or tell her that if she doesn't give the ring back, that they're going to call the police, right? And that's going to be the end of the relationship at that point in time. But I mean, things kind of look like it's the end of the relationship anyways.
Right.
So, I mean, you can come back from a bad proposal, right? But not like this.
No, it doesn't seem, again, it seems like she's just like, oh, well, I'm just going to hold on to it for safekeepings. Ha ha.
Mm-hmm. But let me know what you folks think. So anyhow, take care and good luck. All right, folks, it is tea time. Grab your beverages of choice. I've got some tea right here. And Amber, she has a joke that she's frantically reaching for.
Why shouldn't you add symbols to your outfit? The CYM kind of symbols.
The kind that would make a record, like a symbol, SYMBOL.
Yeah, not that kind. I knew you were going to go that way, so that's why I said.
Why shouldn't you add symbols to your record?
To your outfit.
Oh, to your outfit. Sorry, you were wearing the outfit, the record thing earlier, and now I was all muddled and everything like that. You shouldn't add records to your... I don't even know.
Why shouldn't you add symbols to your outfit?
Where did records even come? Oh, wait, because we were just talking about records. You shouldn't add symbols to your outfit because if you do, people might think that you're part of a strange cult, and then they'll probably run after you with pitchforks and torches.
I mean, that's one possibility because they will clash.
Oh.
And it's clashing clothes day today. So that's what's up with my outfit.
Oh, I didn't think this was too clashy, but I mean, I guess now that you kind of put it that way. And I have Mega Mint.
I started with the scarf and the romper, and I was like, that's too pumpkin chic, so let's add all kinds of other things.
All right, folks, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for watching. Happy Friday Junior, folks.
Happy Friday, Junior.
Thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much to Amber for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
Amber, we need some kind of moral advice and or guidance, and please have it on proposal etiquette.
If you don't want to get married, you got to give the ring back.
Yeah. And if you do want to get married, make sure to put a ring on it. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you all tomorrow.
Bye.